God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Fourth and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rock-a-bye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, them make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick brick I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur and rolling 20 cricket. Rap game real tight, freestyle was magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends. Them older couldn't tell me different. I need a roundaway girl to live with. Showtime, Mythic Apollo. I'm about the bottle. Take two and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. A fairly short kick from the 14. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, it's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. The Bears had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. His pass on target. Velus Jones with it. He's got room at the 30. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Chicago. And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere. Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Hooked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter. I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there. Now Fields. Locates Mooney on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Someone sharp in this game. He had a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here. Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up. Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Caught by Montgomery. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct? I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? What's that? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Touchdown Bears! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on. It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hey, 626! Over here.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now a second down at 6. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's his personal or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is. And we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2. So I would agree with you totally on that.
Here's Fields. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Fields on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 11 yards for number 11.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Play action. It's Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Fields. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is going to be Packer football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. Rodgers going to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Now a play fake. Rodgers out to his left. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. On play action, Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try again with Jones. And this time he is in. Yes. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Again, Fields. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Fields now to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's in for the touchdown. The final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point, and now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. We'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Now Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Garibay on to attempt the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. To throw is Rodgers. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. To try again after the sack. Rodgers to the right side and complete to Hurst. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they have to just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Fields. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Rodgers tapping his forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. On 1st down, it's Fields. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. On 2nd down, Montgomery. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's got a man, complete. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to it. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Back to throw, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers have to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter and sort of get them into the flow of the game. But to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. We'll have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. So this was in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did.